made it
Made
to
it.
the Callaway Performance Center.
Today, basically, we are getting fitted for the putter, as well as the driver. It's the Paradym AI Smoke that we're gonna get fitted for today. I have a blade. I have a tool-on one.
Okay, so a milled blade.
I'm more of a straight back, straight through
Okay, so
type of stroke.
like double bend, sort of.
Mm.
The two blades are this one, like that, probably a San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a preference where you want to set up, or what hole you want to putt towards?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, maybe let's try. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab it.
Testing out the new San Diego. I kind of want to try like a mallet.
You want to try a mallet?
Since we already have.
Yeah, but
But a mallet.
you're like an arch putter, aren't you?
Yeah. Or so.
You can try it and see if you do well.
So both of these putters, the technology is in the insert, and we used AI to design the inserts. So you can see on the white hot version, it has these contours on the back of the insert, so it's not flat. And what that does is creates more consistent ball speed across the face. So it's thinner toward the heel and toe, so when you hit it toward the toe, it doesn't lose as much speed as you typically would.
Yeah. More forgiving.
Exactly, yeah. You're just gonna get more consistent speed no matter where you hit it. So typically, anytime you miss the center of the face, just like with any club, the ball speed starts to drop off. And the further you get from the center, the more it drops off. So particularly on longer putts, you know, if you're hitting a 60, 70 foot putt, you're making a pretty big stroke, your chances of missing the center go up. And when you do, then speed drops off, so the ball doesn't go as far as it would have if you had hit it in the center of the face. So the idea with these inserts, both of them, is to make that speed as consistent as possible.
Like better distance control?
Exactly. Yep. So, so that's the idea. This one doesn't have the window, but it has a similar. It has a similar contours on the back. It's even more pronounced on this one. He doesn't have one? Okay. I'll try and get one down here.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's the idea. It works better to have a little bit of toe hang. So some of them are face balanced. A lot of mallets. Well, that's a lefty. If they have a shaft like this, a double bend, then they tend to be face balanced.
Got it.
And those putters tend to work better for players that have more of a straight back, straight through type of stroke. If you have more of an arc, you're probably going to want something with some toe hang. So this crank hosel has some. Our shorter S neck has even more toe hang. So the mallets that we would have like that would be these three in this line. That would be a hosel, probably like the one that you have on your putter now. And then these are a couple shorter slant hosels, but they all have a little more of that toe hang, so they're going to want to open and close a little more. So if you want to, you want to try one of those, or you want to start with?
Maybe I should try with this.
Yeah, hit a few of that. Let's see. Exact same.
I know.
Okay. this one would be probably closest to, just because the hosel,
Yeah.
closest to what you're
Ooh.
Alrighty.
That's the one.
It feels different on the face.
Yeah. So
This one feels more like I don't have to use as much power.
the head is a little, the head's a little bit heavier, 5
Right.
grams, so not a ton.
Yeah.
And you can adjust the head weight. We have different weights for the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to have a little more, kind of carry a little more momentum.
Ooh. Seems more straight as well. Like it just
Yeah.
stays on line.
Got a really nice stroke. That's our most popular shape.
Yeah.
On tour, in the market.
Yeah.
We've recently, the crank hosel on that shape is new. That's the style of putter Xander
like
uses. Yeah. So typically they've come with like the double bend or one of these little S-necks. The crank hosel's new, but that's a trend we see a lot more of on tour these days. Yeah. Xander, that's kind of his go-to style.
Ooh.
This goes just left of the end. How does that look to you?
It looks good.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
For that, that shape, that number 7 shape, that's the smaller version.
Oh, they have a bigger one, right?
The one that we have in the white hot is a little bigger. But if you're coming from a blade, and that's going to be a different feel. So this would be.
Oh, this is different. Oh.
So that's with the white hot insert. So you can see the head's a little bit bigger.
I see that.
And it's going to have that softer insert.
Oh, got it. A little different.
So if you want to try that, just try it.
Ooh. Is there a difference between the larger and smaller head? It's just preference?
Mostly preference. The larger head's a little more forgiving, not a lot.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's preference. How does that one feel to you?
It feels similar.
Yeah.
To the smaller one.
Do you have a preference for size?
I think maybe the smaller one.
Yeah. But if you're coming from a blade,
Yeah.
if you're coming from a blade, that's probably going to be an easier adjustment. The top line's not as thick as this one. And
yeah, it feels different. Like the
that'll
sound of it
be
too.
a little more of a click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like snaps at the end.
It goes hard left, right. Could have picked a straighter part.
I like this one.
Yeah, I think that's it looks like it's a good fit for your stroke.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in trying a mallet, I feel like that would be a pretty easy one to transition to from what you're using.
Yeah.
Because the hosel's the same, the offset's going to be similar.
Yeah. Just a little more forgiving.
A little more forgiving, and it's a little. Most people find it's a little easier to align.
Yeah.
You got the tracer lines.
Yeah.
It's more angular. So people really like that about that shape in particular.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a really popular shape for us as well. We see more and more even within blades. So I can't remember if you were the group I was telling yesterday, but about 70% of the putters that we sell are mallets. And even on tour for us, for Odyssey, across all the tours, about 70% of the putters that we have in play on tour are mallets. And we tend to over-index in mallets. We tend to do better in mallets, but sort of across all brands on tours, about almost 65% of putters in play are mallets. So mallets have become more and more popular, and as that's happened, larger blades like this have become more popular as well, right? So if you're used to a smaller blade, but looking for something a little more forgiving maybe, but not quite ready to go to a mallet, this is a good sort of, kind of in-between sort of putter. So for us, these types of oversized blades are becoming more and more popular. It's actually our most popular blade shape. So, and it's a really good.
I think, so I'm definitely a straight back, straight through, but so this is something that is not the putter, it's the putter. Which is I feel like I get a little wobbly in the backswing, where sometimes I feel like I might take it out a bit, so I don't know if there's any way we can.
Okay, well let's hit a few and we can see. All of them missing to the left.
I know, right? Overcompensating.
Not gonna fall for that. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, those last two strokes look really good. Yeah. I think it looks like to me when you take the putter back kind of with your shoulders rocking, then you tend to get, I think my assumption would be, having only seen a few, is if you tend to kind of get it a little like that on the way back, it's when you're taking it back with your hands.
Right.
That's what we find typically. Yeah, so if you can think of, kind of the Y created by your arms and moving all that together, which on those last couple you did really nicely.
Yeah, more like a rocking motion.
Yeah. That anytime you can kind of take your hands, use kind of the bigger muscles, you're just going to get a kind of smoother takeaway and transition. Yeah, the other thing, it looks like on some of yours, you don't have much of a forward press. So you kind of start with your hands almost even. And when you do that, that may be when you start moving the club with your hands to kind of get it back. So if you start maybe with a little bit of a forward press, I think it's easier to kind of just rock the shoulders then. Yeah, that's like that. It doesn't have to be a lot. That looks good.
This feels
It's just different. I think if your hands start kind of behind the ball, you've got to get the head to catch up.
Yeah,
right. And
I sometimes feel that all right, let's take a little flick.
Yeah. Or if you don't, what happens is you start taking it back, and then you almost have to do. This is exaggerating, obviously, but you almost have to do that to catch up. Yeah. So if you can start with it forward pressed a little bit, I think it'll just help you kind of rock your shoulders more. That's a really good stroke. So have you tried mallets before and not liked them?
I usually do mallets. So
oh, you do? Okay.
I think I had the Spider or Daddy Long Legs
before.
Yep. I've tried doing blades, but I just feel like I can never hit the center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to the
Like when I use blades, suddenly the 3-footers seem really far away.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This is a number 7 with kind of a short. It's got a short slant neck. So if you had like a daddy long legs, it probably had a neck like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll have a little more toe hang, which it'll be interesting to just see what that does to a stroke. So in our initial release, that number 7, we don't have with a double bend, but we will coming out next month. So we'll have that shape, but with this kind of shaft. So it'll be a shaft like this. So that shaft you can see is straight, and then there's the hosel. So this shaft comes in and bends. So we do that to make them more face balanced. So that one will come with a double bend that'll make it more face balanced. It's more that kind of straight back, straight through. How does that one feel?
I really like it. Yeah, I like the way it sits.
Yeah.
It feels really like flat on the ground.
Yeah. Let me try one more. We have that shape. So this is the milled version, but this has the double bend shaft, so it's face balanced. This head is a little smaller, like your sister's had. So yeah, let's have you hit a couple of that. That'll be face balanced, mallet shape.
Are you able to tell if how much of a straight back, straight through I am, or if there's like a bit of arc?
If we could get on the SAM system, we could. Just watching, you tend to be pretty straight back, straight through.
Whoa, it's a lot smaller, isn't it?
Yeah, that was smaller for sure. So really what you want to do is you want to match up how much the face is opening to how much your path arcs. So I try to putt more kind of straight back, straight through as well. And you don't actually, to putt straight back and straight through, your arms would have to be like on a rail, right? So you're going to have some arc, natural arc, and the longer the putt gets, you're just going to have more. And really what you're trying to do is keep the face square to your arc. So if you have a lot of arc, I'll exaggerate, but if the putter's coming way inside, then the face needs to open more to stay square to that path. If you had none, then you could keep it square the whole time. So you just need to kind of match that up in between. So if you have a slight arc, then you want to open the face slightly. If you have more arc, then you want to have a little more face rotation. So you tend to not have we could try a longer putt. Why don't we go back here and try a longer putt? Let's see. This is a weird putt. It actually moves. It doesn't look like it's supposed to be. Yeah, he's still really nice stroke. You don't have a lot of.
Woo!
Not a lot of
Yeah, I did.
So I do think the double bend or more face balance kind of option is good. If you want to try a mallet, then I mean if you like the milled or like that feel, I think that would be a good fit.
Yeah.
Like the softer feel, like I said, the number 7 White Hot is coming with a double bend.
Got it.
Do
Do you have the other one in the mill?
we don't have the double wide.
Yeah.
We don't have a double wide
Okay.
in the milled line.
I just like the color.
The color. It's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if it accessorizes well.
Right. A lot of gold jewelry.
Yeah. So let's see what we do have. So here's this is another double bend with the pretty insert. Smaller mallet. So this is more of a rounded kind of mid-sized mallet. It would have similar kind of stroke characteristics to this one, similar feel, different look obviously, but that might be one worth.
It's also straight back, straight through.
Yep, it'll because it's got the double bend shaft. It'll be face balanced as well.
It's going the other way.
How does that one look?
I think I like the last one more.
You like this one, bitch?
That one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Try to go with this one. I like that one better.
You like it? Yeah.
Your stroke seems more consistent with that one.
Yeah. The other one, it felt just a bit off.
Yeah.
I can't describe it, but.
Well, yeah, and usually, you know, if you hit a few, like the first couple putts are sometimes the best ones to watch because after a while you're gonna make adjustments. You're good. You're a good player. You're not gonna keep. I like that.
Yeah, I
one
really
for
like
you.
this one. It's nice. Awesome.
I
Is this the same one as yours?
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
just different hosels.
different hosel,
So
got it.
yours will be the face balanced with the double bend, which is, as we talked about, more for that kind of straight back, straight through. And then the crank hosel for a little bit more arc in your stroke. But otherwise, same head shape, same insert, all of that.
Awesome.
Cool.
It's
So
crazy
that's
how
probably good
much
for you.
like
Sisters,
the
a little bit different, but a lot alike.
and if our arc
Sisters, not
changes, then we'll
twins.
just swap.
Exactly.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That was
of
great.
course.
Thank you.
What do you
Stiff?
typically do? Stiff? Okay, let's just start with something like this then.
Okay.
We'll do a max 9. This is the Ventus Red. This is a common one, LPGA Tour wise. And we'll see what you do. Put this guy on here pretty neutral. See what the shot shape ends up being. All right. And I got it aimed just straight down the middle of the range at that big tower you see out in the distance out there. That big power tower?
Yep.
Take him right at that. Nice.
Ended up there.
Very nice.
Good.
Huh?
Good.
Yeah, head speed's 102.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
LPG average is like 93.
Oh, wow.
Got some zip on it.
I feel like it's a little cutty.
Feels a little heavy.
Like cutty.
Cutty. Okay. What is your normal shot shape when you're playing?
A cut.
Little cut?
Yeah.
Let's You feel like they're a little bit out of the heel. Seems like your neck and touch.
Yeah.
Let's give it a little more draw bias for starters and see what that does. Do you know how long your current driver shaft is? Like this is standard like 45.5.
Yeah. I think it's pretty standard.
Okay. The other one we can try is just a go shorter and see if that puts you more in the center too.
Okay.
Because that'll affect the shot shape. If you're hitting a little bit in the heel, they'll cut easier.
It's better.
Yeah, that took some of the fade out, didn't it? That was nice.
How far did it carry?
Carried 250,
Ooh.
270.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you had 153 ball speed, which is excellent. 11 launch angle and the spin 3100. So the spin is a little on the high side, right? LPGA average is close to like a 13, 14 launch, and then the spin will be about 2400. So that one had a little more of a rising flight to it. So try a couple more. The other head I'm going to have you try after this one is Triple Diamond, which is going to spin a little less. And we'll see. Well, Cat's putting $1.02 on it, G.
Who needs golf shoes?
A little heel.
Yeah, they're a little necky, aren't they? Let me see if I can get one that is slightly shorter.
I think I have a shorter one here.
You got a 45?
I did.
The 45 shaft.
45 inch. So it's a ½ inch shorter than standard. See if that gets us off the heel a little bit. And then Triple Diamond's a little lower spin. So we're going to see how this works for us also. It could have just been the neck hits too, Kat. That are spinning, 3,300. So we'll see as you hit a couple with this guy.
That was a good one.
That's good.
Yeah, that should be pretty good right there. You might come back a foot or two.
I use a silly analogy sometimes. It's almost like you imagine holding a steering wheel on a car. Yeah. Right now, you're holding a steering wheel and you've got it turned. What we're going to do is we're going to simply just turn the steering wheel
A bit to the right.
Let me give you a touch more long.
Okay.
Any difference in the feel of this length?
Is it shorter?
Yeah. ½ inch shorter.
Like every golfer.
So similar.
Yeah.
Swing thought.
I just want to see if it took you out of the neck.
Something to work on.
Did it?
Honestly, I was walking around trying to find a 10 5. I watched you at the first one. I'm like, that's not enough loft. And then I spent the next 3 shots walking around the range trying to find the head I want to try. Okay, so 10.5 instead of the 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Counteract that thumb with CG of the club. So the adjustable sliding weight, I wouldn't be surprised if you have yours slid toward the toe.
Take my money. Yeah. 4, something like that. Take reps and make that to a count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does go higher.
Yeah, we're getting up in the air more.
Yeah.
See what you get from a spin standpoint.
Not drop, getting that gear effect.
Yeah, still a little more higher side.
Also going to start off right above the face. Yeah. So
Let's flop those weights once on this head and see what happens here.
Get too much fade bias. So when you hit it out of the middle,
So we put the heavier screw in the front to see if that'll reduce some of the spin. This is pretty good. Launch-wise, 10.5, 11's coming off in a good range. It's still spinning a touch more than I like, so I'm going to try and move the heavier screw to the front of the club head. See if that reduces a little bit of your spin. Swinging just a little bit outside in. That's where some of your left ones come from. Coming a little over the top. Is that usually your swing fault? If anything, you go up, swing left, yeah. All right, try that guy. That'll be a little lower spin setup.
Ooh.
Healy.
Really, yeah. How's the mully?
Molly.
You still might go. Yeah.
You're solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Years back, more of that, the easier to hit drivers. It's like, they spend 29.
Is that kind of a normal shot shape though? A little, if anything, just kind of cut back to the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like that, I 100%.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that's getting you from like getting your furthest distance is some of the backspin.
Oh.
And the triple is going to be our lowest spin head
Uh-huh.
of all of them. Your best ones are usually the ones where the spins are a little lower.
Okay.
$3 grand. 153 earlier and 153. So you don't have much difference in ball speed from a length standpoint, either 45 or 45 and a half. You're still at 153 ball speed. But from a spin standpoint and trying to get you most optimal, it would be the triple diamond head trying to get your spin down. 250, 270 is about where you're at, which is still a long ball, but you can improve a little bit on it. I would think the 10.5 is going to be your ticket with the heavy weight forward to reduce the spin. If you can neutralize your path a little bit, that would help just from a curvature standpoint, because the more it cuts, the more it's going to spin.
Right.
So you're going to lose a little bit of distance that way. But your two longest balls are the two that you had a little bit less fade to them, where your spin stayed down.
More straighter shot.
Yeah, it was straighter of the two. And difference of like 3 or 4 yards from the triple diamond to the max. But I would lean towards triple diamond just because you're not losing any more right than what the max was, and then that head's going to spin less of the two. So you're going to average more distance. Usually what I'm seeing with the better players is the triples tend to have a little higher ball speed and then they spin a little less, so they tend to average a little more distance. It just comes down to the shot shape. These are a little more neutral, whereas the max you can get a little more draw built into if you need to. I think you're fairly similar on both of them, and if you can get your path a little bit more tweaked down the line, you have less cut to it. So I mean, I like this combo, and I like the 60 stiff. This was a 50 that I had in 45 inches, but I would do the Ventus red and the 6 stiff.
6 stiff.
Yeah. So we can write all that down in the book for what Sue will order for you.
Okay.
But it's good. With your speeds, I like that. A lot of times I'm in the 40s and 50 gram reg flexes with LPGA because their speeds are 93, 94.
Yeah.
You get a lot of pop, so I still like that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the real popular shaft LPGA wise. You just bump the weight a little bit, make it a 60.
60. And it's stiff?
It's a stiff. Yeah, it's a stiff right there. Yes. Did you have any preference on the two lengths? Did you find one was easier to hit in the center, or was just
shorter one was nice?
Feels more comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put that down 45 inch, because a lot of that's up to the player typically. If you tend to miss them off the center a little bit more times than not, I'll tend to shorten it down just a little bit, give them a little more control, kind of leaning towards a 3-wood type length.
Yeah.
But so it's 45 inches. It's going to be a 6S red Ventus and then 10.5 head.
Okay.
And then I would try the heavier weight in front, like I did too. That also reduces spin.
Okay.
You know, that's not as common a setup. A lot of players have the one in the back more, but you're spinning it quite a bit.
Right.
So I'm trying to reduce that spin. Yeah. Ideally, we launch it, like I was saying, 13, 14, something like that, and then the spin rate is mid-2000s. That's your bomb bill where you're hitting your longest distance.
Got it.
You know.
Okay.
But you got good speed.
Thank you.
And I've said that a few times, but been here 14 front, 2 back, and then we want a Ventus.
That's probably your new swing shot.
TR red, 6 stiff, and 45 inch. That'd be a ½ inch short. So triple diamond head, that's the weights, 14 forward, 2 in back. Ventus, TR red shaft, 6 stiff, 45 inch.
Lovely.
The benefit there, as we mentioned earlier, when you put it on the toe, the head's going to move a little bit more this way rather than opening and closing. Play that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you launch it up in the air, don't you?
Yeah, it's really high.
Yeah.
You get I want to hit toe now.
Yeah, I didn't get that one. Missed the spin, but launched at 17. Yeah, a little high. All right, Izzy, let's try something just a little bit less.
I'm lazy.
That's the
like too much effort.
so this is the standard
Okay,
max.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've missed with a 9. Okay, let's try the triple diamond.
what I'm
Let's see what happens
trying
with
to
you.
avoid.
Let's play a little bit stronger. 15 launch, 3,300 spin. So a little on the high side on both of those. So let's try this club head. It's going to lower the flight a little bit.
Lower spin as well?
Some
Yeah.
players you could
And you're
send them
at
a dozen shafts.
95, 96. So you can still hit the 60 stiff. See how it feels. I can also give you something a little bit lighter.
Does
Because-
lower flight mean less spin as well?
Yeah, lower flight would be lower launch and lower spin, and then it's going to run a little further for us. So that's got a lot of energies kind of ballooning up in the air. The height is 112 feet off the ground. We're looking to get down around 100 or so. So, you know, launch at 12 to 14, spin it maybe 2,400, 2,500, something like that. So we'll see. So the triple diamond head plays a little stronger on the loft, even though they're both 9s. These ones play a little bit lower lofted and a little bit lower spin.
Will it kind of be like a 8.5 or so?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to play more like a 2 or 8.5.
This is a lower flight.
It's a lower flight,
That
yep.
was a little on the high side for spin for you, but that keeps you in the head. That keeps your dispersion good and feels.
That was in a
easier
better
to get,
window.
you know, on your game that day.
Much better.
You could err towards dropping the loft
To,
straight up
65.
In the air. They're like 10 degrees. Or
the other
or
head
even
carried
10.
230
So
and then
if we were to look at a
245.
manual
That one
for like
carried
how we optimize
239 and
trajectory,
265.
increase the
That one
loft.
launched at 12 and
But
2,500,
in
so
that
much
club, you're not going
penetrated,
to
more
move in
flatter
loft
flight that ran
direction.
out for you.
Good for the wind as well. Right?
Yeah.
'Cause I get killed on like headwind. Yeah.
Any kind of firm conditions, you're still going to hit that further because it's going to run out
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
easier
Yeah.
to hit straight typically. Yeah. That club is set up for
Disregard that one.
both with the head and with the shaft.
You playing mullies?
Very much. Breakfast balls.
Yeah, plenty of mullies out there. Breakfast balls.
With that club. Your longest balls might not.
Oh yeah.
This bird. Yeah. Yeah. That will come out with
High launch, low spin, yeah. And again,
Yeah, each of these are better, Izzy. Even that one you missed it slightly, and it was 12 and 2,900. So still a better window.
more middle.
Like it. Is this the one? That's the one.
Good.
Last ball.
Let's have you try that slightly shorter one over here.
Yeah, 9.5, 27.
That Cat was hitting just to see once here, the 45 incher. See if you feel any difference.
Does your goal is
On the
to
last one. 'Cause I think that's quite
keep it
nice.
in play?
Yeah.
That's
12 and
310
2,600.
yards.
Right.
You might be
So,
able to get it a little over
The blue one earlier was
15 yards.
the max head,
Usually makes
right?
it
That was the standard max. And again,
trade-off and club-
your 3 numbers for distance are ball
that
speed,
you
launch,
don't
and
wanna
spin.
make, which are
Right?
the-
So that one you had 141, 15.5, 3,300. And then these triples you're hitting up here, 145s, you got 4 miles an hour faster, but more importantly, it came off in a better window, 12 and 26. And the first one you hit was 12 and 25, right? So you look at your distance, 239 carry, 65 with roll, with triple diamond. And then with the max, it was 230 and 45 with roll. Mainly because the ball speed's 4 miles an hour slower, and then these two get you. It's just, it's real high.
It just like balloons up.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know about total height. 111, 80. So
Groove low on the
80 might be a
base
little
field,
on the flat side, but it's not gonna hurt us.
close to the target
Yeah.
line.
So we're still in good shape.
What is smash factor?
Smash factor is the ball speed and the head speed ratio.
That's the max.
Where is it at on here? Right here, 151. So it's what's the best way to explain it? It just basically, it's how centered the player hits it, to be honest with you. It was a measurement years ago that everyone seemed to start to say the higher the smash factor, the faster the face was. It isn't so much the face, like the compliance or the speed of the face, as it is hit location, to be honest with you. If you're off center, you'll still swing the same head speed, but your ball speed will go down, so your smash factor goes down. So basically, you're taking your club head speed and dividing it into your ball speed. So if you're swinging 100, a perfect 150 ratio would be 150 ball speed, 100, 150. If you swing 100 every time and you miss hit it, once in a while you're going to see, like, instead of 150 ball speed, you'll see 146 or 147. Then your ratio would be 146 for easy purposes. But yeah, it changes with each club you have in your bag too. You would not have a 151 or 150 smash factor if you're hitting a 700. It's going to be like 1.3 or something like that. Okay, so same head. It's a ½ inch shorter shaft, and it's 10 grams lighter. It's a 50-gram shaft, and then it's a little shorter. So the main thing I wanted to see is if you notice the difference in the 45 versus the standard 45 and a half. If that feels more controllable to you.
Okay.
So either way.
That was solid.
Okay, all good. All good. Those have some nice swings. Both are faster than an LPGA average.
This?
Do you feel like it's more controllable?
Yeah.
The shorter?
I wanted to see if you felt like it was easier to
For some reason.
You're swinging the same speed. You're 96, right? 245, 269. That was still a good one, right? So your ball speed's the same on both lengths. If you feel like it's more controllable, I would do that length. But that launch and spin is perfect. 14 and 2400 is right where you want to see it.
Than earlier, the spin rate, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple hundred. Yeah, hit location affects that a lot too. So where the ball hits up and down the club face affects the spin quite a bit. But in general, the triple diamond head is going to be better from a spin standpoint. That was very good right there. Hitting a 270, swinging 96 is money. I like that. I like that combo too. Yeah, yeah. So we had we can keep you in that weight, and we'll do that length, right?
So 10 grams lighter than
Yeah.
earlier.
So we give you guys both similar shafts. The red Ventus, again, is like the most popular shaft LPGA wise. And then triple diamond 9. What did you hit? A 10.5? What was yours? You were hitting a 10.5 and you're hitting a 9 because you hit it much higher. So you guys are similar as far as you're both in triple diamonds, but just different loft. We'll cut the shafts down to 45 for both of you, and yeah, you've been in good shape.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You got
Thanks,
it.
John. That was great.
That was good hitting, both of you guys.
Thank you.
I like it. No tour aspirations back in the day, you guys? Usually you have this lighter one in front. Yeah, so yours is more normal. So Kat, you're going to have the heavy weight in front trying to reduce your spin.
Okay.
So yours is going to be more normal. 2 grams here and 14 in back.
Is it for me or?
For you.
Okay.
For Izzy, we got 2 grams in front, 14 grams in back, and that's a good spin rate. For Kat, we put the lighter weight, the heavier weight down front, the 14 down in front, the 2 in back, to lower her spin rate. So you're both just slightly different on both of them. It all depends on how the player delivers the club. So Izzy, we got triple diamond, 9. And an S, and then we have 2 in front, 14 in back, and we're going to do the Ventus shaft also. TR red, we're doing the 5 stiff at 45 inch. And then how about a grip for you, Izzy? Do you want that same black and white, that multi-compound one, or do you like something else?
I
like a Tour Velvet, or you guys
Tour
know which
Velvet's
one that
quite
multi-compound one is, right? The black and white we were talking about earlier. It has a little bit of the rougher.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
half
yeah,
and
yeah,
half,
yeah.
black and white.
Is there something that's like more grippy? My grips get kind of like slippery.
Well, that multi-compound grip is real good when you first get it. They do tend to wear a little faster, like our stuff gets used a lot. Otherwise, a Tour wrap grip is real rubbery and yeah, it's like a wrap texture, like an old leather wrap that Arnold Palmer used, but it's rubber. Those are super tacky.
Maybe this one?
This one's a Tour Velvet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another good combo. All right, so it's just a Tour Velvet 60. Tour Velvet 60 round. Okay. Perfect. Got them all for both of you.
Cool, thank you.
You got it.
Great.
Hit them good. Definitely.
How's it going?
Good. Can you tell us a little bit about the new Paradym AI Smoke?
Sure. So here it is, new Paradym AI Smoke Driver, and really the key technology, the new technology, is the AI Smart Face. So this is the first time that we've incorporated real player swing dynamics into our optimization. So by better capturing the way real players deliver the club head, we can better optimize the face to get better trajectories and more consistent downrange.
Oh wow, so it's a lot more forgiving than...
A lot more forgiving, yes. We've also got this 360-degree carbon chassis, so you can see most of the club head, particularly in the center of the club, is made out of carbon composite. This is actually kind of a hybridized material, a blend of continuous and chopped fibers. It takes a lot of weight out of the middle of the club head, and we can reposition it to the perimeter for more forgiveness. And in this case, in the standard model, have this weight up front, which helps lower spin. So it's about 200 RPM lower spinning versus last year's Paradym.
Yeah, that's interesting because I have the Paradym and I feel like I hit it a lot farther with lower spin with the AI Smoke.
Yeah, these will definitely be, like I said, about 200 RPM lower spin and more consistent spin. So when you miss it a little high or low, you're not going to see the spin rates jump as much. So just a lot more consistent downrange.
Awesome, thank you so much.